And we're on. Dun, 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 dun. Hey everybody, this is Mobile Riot Media Podcast Experience with Tiffany Robinson, and my name is Jason James. Hey Tiff, how's it going?
It's going.
It is a cold December
Night, morning.
whatever. What day is it? The 3rd?
It's dark. It don't matter.
It's the first week
It's
of December.
dark. It's so dark here. It's like it never even got sunny today. I woke up and it was dark.
Dark. We work in the dark up here in the Upper Peninsula.
It's noon and it's dark.
Of the
It's
United
not supposed
States.
to be. It's not
Yeah.
Alaska or anything, but shit, it's dark.
Fuck
And
that.
it makes you so mad.
Depressed. Like, fuck off. You're mad. You're trying to,
I crawl back into bed because I think it's nighttime. Time to go to bed.
Yeah, you're really, your attitude changes towards people.
Totally.
It's like, I don't want to talk to you. Fuck off. There's nothing going on. The sun's not out. I'm not getting my regular dose of vitamin D3. And I'm fucking grumpy and sleepy and fuck this.
You don't have any energy. You just don't want to leave the house. It's very boring here. And it's because there's no sun. And we're in an area where, because of the lakes, we're surrounded by all the Great Lakes. So we have a lot of cloud cover over our state. So we only get maybe 40% sunshine per year. The rest of the 60% of the time it's kind of cloudy. So it's kind of miserable. It's like Seattle without the rain.
Yeah, but they're having fun, though. They've got something to do there. Good startup country over there.
Yeah, I guess. It's not a good
Cities.
comparison, but otherwise, at least it's not wet.
So, anyways, thanks for joining us on another Squeeb edition. This is number 5, and number 4 should be up pretty soon. But if you haven't listened to that or saw that one, you can check it out on the Squeeb channel. Let's go to YouTube, check it out, or Facebook, and type in the Squeeb, and you should definitely see the pink branding that we've done for the Squeeb. So
it's my favorite color, pink.
Yeah. So what's on the first topic of the day? What's going on? Tell me.
Well, the big news this week since Saturday has been Paul Walker's death, and everybody's been talking about it. And if I have to see on my Facebook page one more goddamn time that he was killed by the Illuminati, I'm gonna punch somebody through the fucking Facebook. I cannot believe that somebody actually thinks that the Illuminati killed him to shut him up because he found out something about some dirty laundered money, and it's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. It's not every time a famous person dies, there's some kind of Illuminati somebody behind this person's death, because these people that are famous out of Hollywood apparently are like the next Christ coming or whatever. They're like they don't die. They're kings or royalty or something. It's bullshit.
All right, traffic stops for everybody.
He
in
died.
Hollywood.
The guy died because he fucking had I think the car blew up. Honestly, I think the car didn't blow up because somebody put a bomb in it. I think it just malfunctioned. And I was watching TMZ today, and they were saying, it was kind of a sad story because apparently his buddies were trying to pull him out of the car because this accident happened 500 feet away from where he had taken off from, which was a big event. So a lot of his good friends were there. Unfortunately, they had to see him burn alive, which is awful. And they tried pulling his body out of the car. And you can see on TMZ's website that there's photos of a few men trying to pull him out of the car. And the police officers and the fire department actually are holding them back. And finally, they had to put him in the backseat of a cop car and lock him in because they were jeopardizing their lives to save, their friends. But unfortunately, we know what happened. At the end, they both perished in a big, horrible fire. And then another comment was that there was some steering fluid in the road, so they think something had blown up. The engine just blew. I mean, it's a hot rod. Things happen. You go too fast and
blow a ring, blow a piston, and that's it. And things get fiery, ball of mess after that.
If you're going that fast, you're screwed.
If you're going that fast, there's no way. There's no time to think. You're hitting something.
But it was really
it's too bad that he had to die. But life moves on, and there's probably more important people that we can talk about.
Well, the Illuminati.
Not that he wasn't important. I mean, I'm sure he was a great guy. And
the Illuminati. My point is, the Illuminati didn't kill him. Seriously.
Well, this goes to show you that
accident.
you can print anything or publish anything on the internet, and people are going to read it. Any contrasting story is probably going to get some press from some alternative news source.
Well, I think TMZ had a pretty good story on it. They were right there when it happened. Apparently, one of the reporters lived like a block away from there. They're on the scene as it was happening, which they probably have the best coverage out of any news station right now.
Right.
They got the best photos. They got the best interviews. You know, they know what's going on. They talk to more people. It's Hollywood, so
right.
They're Hollywood gossips.
You can't
so
believe
everything
everything you hear on the internet,
well,
though. I mean, especially if someone starts printing out or publishing, well, this happened and this happened, and it's conspiracy this, conspiracy that.
This was
just doesn't.
This was a conspiracy.
Doesn't make any sense. Why make a conspiracy out of some actor's life that had a tragic end to it?
Well, this conspiracy started like 10 hours after it started. You know, after he was pronounced dead, all these people are coming up with these crazy fucking ideas. It doesn't make any sense. The guy died in a car accident. It happens. He's not immortal. He dies like the rest of us. And the Illuminati didn't fucking do it. And they're saying, oh, because he did that movie, The Skulls, they're getting him back. You know, he did his movie 13 years ago. Now they're trying to get him. It's like, no, he didn't know too much. He read a fucking script. He showed up on set. He ran his lines. Boom. Over. He didn't know anything. He wasn't doing any kind of like acting research on this with the Illuminati themselves. I mean, it was just a strange coincidence he did that movie, but it had nothing to do with that. People are nuts. People are so fucking stupid. You just don't make that up. And then they showed Vin Diesel doing some really sad, you know, speech about his buddy, which is kind of sad. You know, it's hard to lose a friend. And it's hard to lose a friend that's famous, and you have to talk to all these people, and everybody's asking you questions. So Vin Diesel probably just wanted to go to the site, say what he had to say, so people would leave him the fuck alone. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. Like, get all these people to shut up.
Like I said, tragic end. I'm sure he's a great guy, probably one of the best noted people in Hollywood, but it's time to move on, folks. What do you think about the guy that was capsized in a boat?
Oh,
and, he was a cook on the boat.
His name was Harrison. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but yeah, the dude from Nigeria.
I don't know if you saw the video or not, but
Nigeria.
Yes. So the boat capsized. The guy survived by pockets of water in the hull.
He was a cook.
I guess he was in the bathroom, and
he was in the shitter when it happened.
Yeah, capsized. So he found
guy.
some air pockets, and he moved from the bathroom into, I think it was the.
They said it was one of the
kitchen or something like that.
It was a bedroom. He was in
Maybe,
like a bedroom.
Yeah. But they found him, so divers went down to search and rescue, and the video shows that him reaching out towards the scuba diver for help.
That guy went through
amazing.
hell. Did you read the article? Did you read what?
I saw the commentary on a news clip.
No, did you read what his statement was after this had happened? Did you read the YouTube video had like comments and they had another?
No.
Okay,
I have a feeling you're gonna tell us.
It's pretty damn bad, and if you get grossed out by stuff, then turn off. This guy was when he was in the water and he ripped off the panels from the ceiling to save himself, to get himself out of the water, because apparently that water was freezing cold. So first he did that and he kept himself out of the water, thank God. And then he was hiding in one of the like sinks. He was, luckily he got into a sink so he wasn't going to freeze. Well, when he was doing that, he said that he could smell his shipmates that had perished, had drowned. He smelled their dead bodies. And guess what happens when, who else is going to smell the dead bodies?
Sharks. Not
only just sharks, but all these fish. So he said that he had to hear the noise of these horrific noises coming out of the other rooms and the other cabins or wherever. And he saw some of his cabin mates getting eating by these fish. Can you just imagine? Not only are you in a horrible accident, you're underwater. You don't know if you're going to live or die, how you're going to die. You're stuck in this fucking bubble. Fish are at your feet. You're freezing cold. There's no hope for this poor man. And he's listening to all these, the captain and his shipmates getting nibbled on by these fucking fish. I would be freaking horrified.
Right.
And that video, when they show the video of the diver coming up out of the water and they see him, he looked just shocked. Like, is this real? Like, did my prayers just come true? He didn't say a word. He barely said anything. You could just see him going, like, thank you, God. And that was it. And that was all this poor man said. But luckily, he survived. But he's going to have to go through some major therapy. You just can't live through something like that and not be fucked up for the rest of your life.
Well, on the same token, I think that he kind of knew that if I hang out long enough, there's bound to be a search and rescue.
Right.
So in that aspect, I think he kind of knew in the back of his mind, someone's going to come. Right. Someone's going to check this out. Because we've maybe radioed in ahead of time. That's the protocol. and someone's going to come and check this out, or there's a distress signal that went out. You know what I mean?
Well, they said that he heard the banging of the ship, so the divers had to break into the boat to see what the damage was.
Right, and then he knocked back.
Right,
I think they came in and just searched for him, and they reached out. He reached out, and that was it.
That's what you saw him from the camera, his hand, and the guy's like, he's alive, and that funny little underwater voice that guy had. It was funny to listen to.
Yeah, I wonder how deep they were.
They were only 30 kilometers. That's what it said, 30 kilometers. So it wasn't impossible for him.
That's deep.
Well, so how many miles is that?
Let's Google it.
It's got to be it's not a mile down.
Well, let's see.
I don't think it was. I mean,
they said 30 kilometers?
Right. And that's the thing I was wondering, like, how the fuck are they going to get this dude up? Because he hasn't been depressurized yet, like, correctly. For him to put a dive suit on, because when divers go down, they have to be pressurized or so that they can swim underwater. I don't know how to do it.
Okay. It says here 30 kilometers is 18 miles, Tiff.
30 kilometers is 18 miles?
That's deep.
That is deep. I didn't think it was that deep. Are you sure?
Are you sure it was 30 kilometers?
Yeah. It was 30 kilometers. For some reason, I didn't think it was that deep. I was thinking maybe centimeters. No. Seriously? There's no way.
Okay. Well, I guess that's what it is.
Are you sure? Oh, gosh, I guess I was, because it's like zero. We don't do kilometers here, do we?
There they go.
Isn't that fucking from the metric system? We got to figure it out. Okay, I thought it was like a mile. Not even.
Okay, we got to figure this out then. So you said 30 kilometers.
Anyways, the fella thought that he was at the bottom of the ocean, so how deep is the bottom of the ocean?
Tiff.
How deep?
Come on. You think it ranges from depth to variances?
Yeah, but it can't be 18 miles because there's only 3 miles of atmosphere on our Earth. 3 miles. So how could it be 18 miles to the bottom of it? That's a lot. I don't think it's 18 miles.
I don't know. So next what we're going to talk about is...
math. We're going to do our math. There's no way.
Let's do some math. Okay, dramatic footage of da-da-da-da. Okay, let's see. How deep was it?
After 2 days, he was released to his family. That's the only thing I found.
All right.
There's dead air while we're reading.
I know. This is not good. We should have had our shit straightened out
No, but
first.
now we got to know. Now we got to know what it is. Oh, well, we'll get back to it. So do you have any other comments on this fella?
No. I think it's
ya.
remarkable that this guy survived. I mean, obviously, he might have been in some sort of shock coming out of the water.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. He would have died.
He must have been oxygen deprived and all this other stuff. So I can imagine that he's very thankful for just hanging in there and keeping, his good faith in someone coming to rescue him. I mean, that's about it. Okay, so let's move on. So, cool. I'm glad he got rescued.
Yeah, everybody is.
Let's talk about some of the stupidest, reality shows that are popular. I mean, we kind of looked this up, and it's kind of ridiculous that Toddlers and Tiaras is number 1. And why is this?
Wait. Toddlers and Tiara is a popular one. I'm saying this is the worst one. These are the ones that I found that are horrible. Like, you're looking at Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is popular. Yeah, they're worst, but they still get good ratings. Like Jersey Shores, people love that, but they suck.
Okay, so why are they popular?
I don't know, but these ones weren't. Let me read off these dumb fucking ones. The Littlest Groom. That's marrying a midget. Nobody watches that.
Yeah, I would.
All right, what about this one?
I'll watch it.
Would you watch The Amish in the City? The Amish in the City. Guess what they're going to do?
Yeah, I would.
The Amish, they're going to be riding buggies and cleaning up horse shit.
Good.
And maybe basket weaving and stitching some, dresses. That's it. That would be woohoo. Talking about how the young girls want to escape to like the real world so they can get iPhones, and they're going to leave their whole family and the boys will cut their beards or some shit.
Yep, they'll get circumcised and become part of the populace.
Now, there was another one, which is number 3 of the very worst ones. Like, you're looking at the ones that suck, but they still got watched. Now, these I don't think they ever got watched. Married by America. I don't remember that one. It was on Fox.
So, Married by America. What is that?
They were married.
What's that mean?
I think the America chose, like, would call in and say, this is the guy and girl that have to get married. And they have, we would say who you have to marry, and you would have to marry that person. Here's another good one. It was called Who's Your Daddy?
Who's Your Daddy? A show about
a young woman who was adopted as a child tried to win $100,000 by picking her biological father out of a crowd.
That's gay. People, seriously.
Go for the one that looks like you.
I think they know that TV viewers are dumber and dumber and dumber. So
Yeah.
they think, okay, what stupid show can we produce that stupid people would watch? Because evidently the most stupidest people are watching TV.
No, like if I was...
And it's probably true. I don't watch a lot of TV. You do.
No, I watch the Game of Thrones, and that's not really watching TV. That's HBO.
That's our next topic, by the way. Game of Thrones.
But
go ahead with this.
Who's going to watch the Amish show? Like, if you're Amish, you obviously don't have a TV.
If I wasn't from that culture, that lifestyle, I'd probably watch for a little bit and go, okay,
Jason,
that's the Amish.
No. You can't watch if you're Amish. They don't have electricity.
No, what I'm saying is if I was just browsing the TV, surfing the channels, and I just come across that show, I'd probably go, okay, I'll watch it for a little bit and go, oh, wow, that's the Amish show. Okay, great.
Right. It's just like Little House on the Prairie.
Big deal.
Now, The Will was number 5. So CBS did this one. An Arizona millionaire, potential heirs, competed for his estate. I don't know what they competed with, but his heirs competed for his whole estate. And then there's Temptation Island, which I never really watched.
These shows,
drinking and sex.
These shows are so overly produced. It's like, okay, everyone, gather around because this is what we're going to do next. What if Sarah has a fight with his brother about the will, about grandfather's ashes that he's going to get later, and then we'll have the ashes spill on the floor when everyone's around at one of our sorority little social parties.
I have a feeling the person wasn't really dead yet. He was probably faking his death.
Well,
normally
I'm just
what they
saying,
do.
Yeah, of course. They just fake it and
watch his family fight over the money.
Yeah, have a big old drama, super soap opera. It's
that's what I would do.
It's just so stupid. It's like, why? I don't get it.
See,
even like Toddlers and Tiaras. It's like, who's that popular girl?
I have no idea. The little
big
piggy.
Moo Moo girl.
Oh, what's her
name?
Shit. It's right on the tip. Something baby. Oh, I don't know.
Honey Boo Boo?
Yeah, Honey Boo Boo. Honey Boo Boo.
Serious? Who is doing this stuff?
The one good thing about that is her mother took every dime that little girl has made and put it in a college fund, and she has not spent any of it. So,
well, that's good.
But that's about the only person. Like, you would think that bitch would be at Walmart every day buying whatever she wanted, right? But she's like, no, this is probably the only time we're ever going to make any money in our whole life, so we're saving it.
Right.
Which is probably the smartest thing.
Probably the smartest thing for anybody if they come across any kind of money, really.
Well, you think these people are dumb, but I think they acted up just to be, more popular on TV. People want to, look at other people and go, oh, that poor, pathetic person, let's watch and laugh. When the mother's probably just playing it up. She knows she's not a good-looking
I'm sure
woman,
the kid at this point is playing it up.
They both are. Her and her mom have
how many episodes? 5 seasons? And look at the Kardashians. They played it up since day one.
Oh, I don't like that show.
They are perfect drama queens. They are the perfect tabloidy TV show.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, I'm going to marry Kanye West, and I'm going to get a baby by him.
I'll tell you what,
and we'll make millions just off that. We don't have to do a damn thing for our kids. Don't have to do a damn thing.
Kim Kardashian looks better with blonde hair. I'll tell you that. I saw a picture of her today. She looks like a totally different person. She doesn't look so fat anymore. She has blonde hair now. So
I don't watch this. It's senseless. It's like,
she looks better.
Gosh,
finally.
Am I going to go get curls today? And how about that outfit? Oh, and so I don't even know the girl's name. What's their name? Chloe's wearing my coat again. And
I don't know the other ones.
I'm going on a date with this boy. It's all senseless crap.
Yeah.
That no one gives a crap about. The best, classiest is her mom. I think her mom and Bruce Jenner are pretty class. Even though they're getting separated, who cares? She's got the 7-year itch. She's a MILF.
They've been married way more than 7 years.
I know. I'm just saying.
Like 16.
She's got the
17.
7-year itch, so to speak, and she's gonna date younger guys. And I'm available, so if you're out there.
But look at
she's got her own show too, but
I
she's
know.
fun. She's actually I like looking at her because she's a classy lady.
I like Bruce because like he's been
abused by those ladies.
No, that.
And look how much facial reconstruction he's gotten. It's like, hey, Jesus Christ, I got to go to the face doctor today because I got one more freaking wrinkle.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is all about.
Done because
he wants to regain his youth. And
Can you
recapture
imagine
that vigor that he had when he was
their
Olympic? He was an Olympic
runner, wasn't he? Or jouster? Or
I think he won a
track and field.
A lot of medals that year.
Yeah, he was a Wheaties guy, man. I remember him.
He was.
But anyway, can you just imagine having to deal with those kids when they're little? Like he was their stepdaddy since they were pretty young. That's been a while.
I'm sure they were good kids. Like every kid is a good kid, really. It's just how you bring them up, really. You know, here's how you not bring up a good kid: is you ignore them, you tell them to buzz off, go do something else, and you're always pawning them off on something else. That's a horrible way to raise a kid. Now, if you pay attention to your kids and give them, a listening ear once in a while to things that are important to them that they want to talk about, you're gonna have a well-rounded kid, in my opinion.
Is that why Curtis talks so much?
Yes, because I listen to him.
And if you're not listening, he'll talk to me.
But he's talking to me, and that's what's important. He'll talk to me on stuff that is important to him, but he's voicing it. He's not afraid to let that out.
Yeah, I heard.
When we were growing up, it's like, shut up. You don't need to, you don't need to voice your opinions. You don't need to voice what you think about stuff because we don't want to hear it. And that was kind of weird to me.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. My parents were like that too. Well, my dad was like that. My mom died, but my stepmom, I didn't talk to ever. I don't even remember having one conversation with my first stepmom. She was my stepmom for like 6 years.
Yeah. Everyone's got like horror parent stories or step-parent stories.
Yeah.
Someone got divorced. Someone's gay. Someone's this or that, it's like.
I think if you grow up in
what
our
the
era.
Fuck is going on?
Once you get older and you don't, come around as much because you're, 20, 25, whatever. You don't come around the house anymore and you don't go see grandma as much. And then you find out later that your uncles are gay and like all this other weird shit. Like I have like a gay uncle.
Self-centered bullshit comes out and you're like, okay, everyone was a self-centered pig. Okay, we get it.
Once you live a little, you can start seeing things that you didn't see so much before and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with my family? And then you find out everybody's family's like that because your gay uncle's got to be friends with somebody else's gay uncle. So it's just one big circle.
Yeah, they all get together and talk about the straight people or whatever they're doing in their private lives. Who cares?
Keep it private, please.
Well, it's their own business. No, I don't really care.
But I thought it was funny. Everybody's family's
just don't go
got
pawning your crap on me.
We all got the drunk uncle, and I think my family, it was my dad was the drunk guy.
My dad used to be an alcoholic, but
was he the drunkest guy out of the group, or did you have anybody worse than him?
I think he had a lot of pent-up anger, so when he'd drink, all this anger would come out.
My dad, too.
Or he would celebrate too much and be over boisterous with his drink, you know? And then it would turn to rage and all this other stuff. And nobody understood that, but it was more self-inflicted rage than anything.
My favorite was when my dad just wouldn't come.
He came clean, got sober and cleaned up. And
your dad's a nice guy. I like your dad. I can't see him like that.
Very nice
He's
person.
very laid back.
Laid back, doesn't let anything bother him. He's just like, whatever, just whatever. Whatever you do, just go make money at it. I don't care, just make some money.
My favorite is my dad's the kind of person that blames everything for his faults. Like he still blames his mother for something. So that's everybody else's fault. And he's 62 years old and he's still, these things are holding him back. It's like the blame of everybody. This happened, that's why his life sucks. And then another event happened and that he blamed a 16-year-old girl on his divorce. Like he didn't like my stepsister. He blamed it on like his first divorce on a girl. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like he'll blame anybody. Like he'd blame the dog on his divorce if he wouldn't ever blame himself because he's perfect. So I'm thinking, shut the fuck up, dude. Please go somewhere else.
All men are perfect, aren't we? I think all the girls are going, fuck you, asshole. No, we're not. I'm not perfect. I come home every day and I'm raging and
from
yelling
what I
and
understand,
and
from what
but I'm just kidding around. I'm not serious about it. I usually joke around with you a lot.
I don't like it. So anyways, what else have we got on the agenda here? Oh, what I wanted to mention before we start talking about parenting. There is a new reality show coming up, and it's the one that I thought we should mention. It's called The Roadies. So the Roadies.
Like that. Are they band
the dirty
people?
band Roadies.
Guys and girls?
Yeah. I have a friend that's actually a band manager on the road all the time. It'd be cool if she was on one of those shows because she's cool. But,
right. They get all the dirty,
dirtiest
of the dirty.
I saw the photo, and they are the dirty drunks and the crazy people out of your family that, the weirdos in people's families that decided to be roadies. And now they're whooping it up across the country. Putting up stuff, taking
they're celebrating,
it down.
They're having fun. They get to relive their high school youth almost every day, probably.
It's got to get boring after a while, but I'm sure it's fun to get to hang out with
the
famous
thing is,
people.
they're trapped into that lifestyle, that culture. They can't really just pick up and go to the mall or do anything they want. Once they're in a tour, you're locked in. You ain't going nowhere. This is
from what I understand,
your life.
There's days where you can actually go and do stuff when there's nothing else to do. So I'm sure they can do stuff like that.
Yeah, but how many of them do it? They probably go to the local bar, titty grabbers to grab some girls from the titty bar and go, hey, I'm the roadie, I can get you backstage.
I'm pretty sure that they have like breaks. Like they schedule breaks for these people from one venue to another every couple weeks.
Right.
When you're on tour for 3 months, that's got to suck. I couldn't imagine living like that. I'm sure they have to stop and do their laundry. They stay in hotel rooms. And
same thing with movie people. It's the same
Yeah, but they live in
lifestyle.
hotels. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they have to be taken care of and whatever. But
no, they have people to take care of them. I've seen that.
If you're a union person or whatever that makes movies,
right?
You can go pretty much anywhere. You just got to keep in a collective group.
Yeah.
Networking with the same group, and people trust you and like you and know that you can show up onto a set and do your job. Those are the people staying into that industry.
Well, what I would
but if you're new into this industry, you're pretty much doing your own thing until you're either breaking out and doing someone notices your work or you luck out.
Well, back to the point though, if I was going to make a movie and I had to get in a fucking bus full of people, I'm not going to hire a bunch of people I can't stand. Even if they were the greatest at what they do, if I can't live with them for a couple months, there's no way I'm having them come on board. Like, you have to deal with these people every day. They're up your ass. I don't know if I could do it.
Well, that's what assistant directors and producers and all these other people that
but you still
manage
deal
these
with
departments.
These people.
You still have to give out the orders. And like, okay, art department, I need this, this, and this.
Right.
You don't have to deal with it. The art department person.
Yeah, but those art departments not going to be on the fucking road filming with you. They're going to be back home. But I'm saying the people you have to go on the road with and go on like location with for 2 months, that would suck. If you were stuck with somebody you absolutely hated for 2 months side by side, I would probably kill myself. Like the worst person.
That's probably what makes and breaks films.
That could be.
Is because people have these cunty ideas and they get real cunty with their personal pet projects. And then they lose control of the whole situation and their film goes to shit.
Yeah. I don't think I ever want that to happen. So
once you lose control, you forget about it. It's just a big headache from there.
Yeah, that sounds like it. I'll stay home and film my movies. All right, so what else you got to talk about? Anything good happening? Or here's a story I came across today. I thought it was pretty funny, and it's short and sweet.
Are we done with the world's most horrible reality shows?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the Kardashians anymore.
All right. Well, I don't think anybody cares about this. It's like stupid.
But Duck Dynasty, I'll tell you what, that one is huge. I had to watch it the other day, and I actually didn't mind it. The guy kept saying, one of the guys, this is a comedy. This isn't about, duck hunting. It's a comedy. And he was right, because I didn't see him shoot really anything. But it was a pretty funny show. It isn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be some serious boat riding, redneck, duck blowing, whistle tooting fucking show. And it wasn't. So it was pretty funny. And I went to Walmart the other day to pick up some coffee. And that was it. That's all I went in there for. Nothing else, because I hate Walmart. Right. And it's Duck Dynasty stuff everywhere. I don't know where. People buy that shit. They have their own aisle of just Duck Dynasty clothes, Duck Dynasty memorabilia, Duck Dynasty anything. Like if it was in the Walmart store, if it's a coffee pot, if it's a toaster, it's got Duck Dynasty on it, and it's got its special aisle. Like every single thing in that store
Yeah.
has been labeled Duck Dynasty and put in its own aisle.
Yeah.
I can't fucking believe it.
These guys are marketing branding geniuses. I think the two brothers are
the one brother started it.
Yeah, they're the kind of brainchilds of the whole thing. But yeah, they're geniuses. How many duck things do they sell? Probably not a whole lot anymore. They probably sell more merchandise.
They sell more T-shirts
than anything, and they probably get what a percentage of a cut of that. But still, $1 million of 2 or 3%.
Yeah,
take it.
I know,
because they know they're making millions out of it.
You know how much money, and everybody's got their cover art on their Facebook pages, their wallpaper of Duck Dynasty, and it's just crazy. I mean, the guys seem, and I saw a picture of these fellas when they had their beards shaved off, the two younger guys, the brothers, and they actually weren't that bad looking, but for the show, they just look like nut jobs, like heavy bearded weirdos. But it looked like one of them, the Jason guy, he was a pretty good looking guy before he grew that beard, and his wife, she's like, I doubt a lady like her would marry this guy if he really was a turd like that. So they must be like somewhat good looking underneath all that facial hair. But
yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, it was amazing how much shit they had there. You're going for one thing and you're coming out with a Duck Dynasty.
Well, you go in any department store, a large department store, or wherever,
everywhere.
Any mall, you're going to see a Duck Dynasty logo of some sorts.
Those fuckers make more money on T-shirts.
Which is great. I mean, you know, we could probably do that with Squeeb.
I doubt it.
Get some T-shirts with, I don't know, flames and back here. Like
nobody would watch my TV show. Nobody even want to watch my Squeeb show.
Either way, if you do want to watch the Squeeb, it is on YouTube. Just go ahead and go to Squeeb on YouTube, subscribe, add us, and check out some of the videos. Our podcasts are up there as well. So yeah, and then join us on Facebook if you want to keep up to date on that crap. And if you go on to Twitter, don't type in the Squeeb. You got to do it backwards, Squeeb because someone took the Squeeb, and that's all right. But we'll use Squeeb
We're going to kill that person, though.
So, at Squeeb on Twitter.
Yes.
And then we still got to set up some other things as well.
So, the story I was going to get to, which is kind of a silly story. There was a lady that went into the O'Hare Airport, which is outside of Chicago. Very famous, very large O'Hare Airport. And it shows a picture of her carrying an alligator. She's in the terminal, ready to get in. Terminal 3, it says in the article. She has a baby alligator with her, and she drops it because I think she was getting busted. Like somebody might have saw her, so she just let it loose in the airport, and she ended up getting busted. And she got like a animal cruelty charge of like $1,000 or something like that. So she got busted for it, and she got a fine. But why the fuck would you ever take an alligator with you? Why don't you just leave it at home? Like, why would you even have an alligator in Illinois? First off, that's kind of one of those things where.
I'm just going to
shake your head at
throw it out and go stupidity.
Well, the funny thing was, like, thinking about it, she must have forgot that she was going through TSA, like wherever they take you through the scanners and everything. And she probably was getting up to that point, and they would have busted her ass out for that. So she probably just dumped it off and ran. Like, of course, it's going to be like, hey, lady, either you are a alien or you have an alligator up your skirt,
Yeah.
They were going to find it no matter what, so it's kind of funny.
Interesting. Keep the reptiles at home, folks.
I hate reptiles.
Seriously.
I don't hate
them. Now, here's a story. Let's go to tech news. Amazon is getting into the drone business, and I see that Domino's is most likely to follow, and some sort of taco chopper.
Oh,
taco copter.
Where are they going to deliver?
They want to deliver food, and I believe Amazon wants to deliver your purchased products that are small enough to fit on a drone, obviously. But at any rate, I don't think it'll work, to be honest with you, because if I saw a drone flying in the air, think of how much damaged merchandise and damaged drones are going to get shot out of the air.
Oh, yeah.
These crazy kids are going to fuck that shit up.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. They would...
I mean, think of how many shootings go on in each city day and night. Like shootings.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be out there looking for drones. And there's probably going to be somebody out there with a hack going, where's the next drone delivery going to be at so we can go fuck up a drone. And they're going to track that sumbitch, and they're going to shoot the motherfucker right out of the air. And they're going to show it all on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Amazon, we got your fucking drone.
Well,
and they're going to hijack that shit.
not only are they going to take the drone, but they're going to take the merchandise.
Right.
Seriously.
So I don't think it's a very good idea. Ambitious, yes. Will it work in some certain areas of a city? I would think maybe.
The ghetto. You can say it.
I would think maybe, well, it's not going to work in the ghetto. It'll probably work in the most relaxed neighborhoods.
It's going to be, yeah, if you've seen a drone coming out in the country and there's nobody around, would you shoot it? Yes.
Yeah, I would grab a broom and try to swat it out of the air.
And you know damn well.
I know I'd want to capture one of those and take it apart and figure out, okay, how can I hack this?
Well, not just that, but whatever they're delivering is yours.
Yeah, I think it's just a bunch of hype. And I think that they don't know that we're fucking animals. We're apes. We're going to fucking capture that thing and fuck it up.
Think about it. You send iPhones through the Amazon and people will be stealing iPhones, electronics. That's what most people buy.
It won't work.
Well,
someone's going to learn how to track those. And
there was a law passed or a bill up for grabs or something in Colorado a couple years ago where the countrymen or the farmers wanted to start shooting down the drones. What are they? Drones, the little robots. But
again,
they were military.
I think
ones.
that is propaganda journalism.
Could be, but it would have been super funny if they were allowed to, because these ones were about the size of a bird and they were supposed to be like scouts. I don't know. Why would you have that many where it would be a nuisance? There's something going on. I don't know. Obama's up to something.
I don't know. Tell us what you think of the drone idea. If you guys have any ideas about this delivery system that Amazon's working on, do you think it's going to fly or do you think it's going to crash and burn? But leave us a message and let us know what your thoughts on that, because I'm really interested to see what you think. So, yeah.
It's a Rector set.
Yeah.
You can make your own
you
drone.
put a GoPro camera on a drone. I think you can buy drones on, the small toys on Amazon and have them delivered and do your own droning. I see a lot of media now using drones. They were protesting in Bangkok. China has protests every day about something. But anyway, they're using the drones to do their media coverage over top, so you can get a bird's eye view of what's going on. I think we should do more of that in the United States. But again, you're going to risk your drone being shot out of the air if you do that stuff in American soil, because we're Americans, goddammit. We've got guns, and we're going to shoot those fucking things out of the air. Mm-hmm. That's the attitude here. So having a drone is like you got to strategically plan your droning, filming whatever you're doing, or newscasting.
Well, that's why the people in Colorado want to pass that bill, so they could be legal right to shoot down a drone if it was on their property, snooping around.
Again, tabloid media.
Think about it. If somebody was fucking around on your property and searching around with a camera attached to it, I'd want to shoot it down too. It's none of their fucking business what I'm doing. Think about it. They're looking for drugs. They're looking for pot.
I just think I don't know.
It must be nice to live in Japan though, because they are so much more high tech than us. Like they have everything. Like they've got every robot going right now. Do you know how many robots they have over there? Have you seen the one that looks like
we've got
a real
one too.
human?
That's one we have.
The lady?
Well, not the lady, but the actual walking robot that'll actually...
The Twiggy one is not the one I'm talking about. The lady.
Yeah,
That's
I've
creepy.
seen it. Yeah, it is creepy, but they're not. They're just
going to
testing that.
They're just going to get better and
there's
better.
No
and
way.
better.
Yeah, but there's no way you're going to put a robot in society, like taking your ticket stubs.
Bullshit.
And
did you see the Terminator?
Yeah, but it just is creepy.
It's creepy, yes. But it will happen, Jason. It's going to happen.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
Let us know if you'd get a drone or not, folks. Let us know if you'd buy a drone for either filming stuff, having fun with stuff, using it for projects, just for a toy. Who knows? Maybe they'll have the drone club instead of airplane clubs. Love drone clubs.
That humans are not allowed to be in. Because they're drones. Robots. Drones.
No, these are flying drones. You have to control them with some things.
Yeah, but eventually they're going to think for themselves.
Okay.
You know they can replicate themselves. Have you ever seen that?
You're talking about robots, not drones.
So what? They're all... No, they're going to...
So let's talk about 3D printing technology.
So those fucking little robots know how to do 3D printing. They could rule the world.
Right.
These are the things people need to start thinking about. It's deeper than you think. In 20 years from now?
Yeah, but it's got to be programmed to to do that.
And what do robots do? Program shit.
Like now we can do 3D printed guns,
Mhm.
which I think the weapons industry is going to completely change because people are going to be designing their own weapons with who knows what that's going to come out of them.
I saw one of those 3D printed.
And I'm very impressed with it.
Wait.
And I even talked about this even before the first gun was even printed. I was like, you watch, 3D printed weapons will be the next biggest thing with the 3D printing industry.
I would be so worried about shooting one of those because you don't know if it's going to work or not. It's going to blow up in your hand.
They've already tested them, Tiff.
Doesn't matter.
Look at the
What if you
videos.
I know, but I'd still be worried.
I'm sure they tie it off and use the string to pull the trigger and test it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do too. Bad. That's just something I don't think I'd trust. I mean, the ears and the hearts that they grow, that's awesome.
Yeah, for like medical technology, and if you got a problem with your heart or a kidney, I guess, or whatever else they can print out.
Yeah, but what kind of material are they using? Like the 3D printing guns is it like a really hard plastic or is it like a thin metal? What do they use?
I think it's like some kind of a composite plastic. I think they're using metals in certain parts. They did print out a metal gun. I'm not sure what kind of.
See, the one gun
metal
I
composite.
saw was janky.
Yeah,
that's why
this
I'm like,
one. You saw the one that's plastic.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to shoot that off.
There's a guy that printed out a metal one that you can make jewelry with and stuff like that. I'm sure it's made of some sort of titanium or some sort of composite material, but it's metal and it works. That's a real gun. It's just the way it is. I think it'll become like in the future where if you needed a weapon and you needed it now or whatever, you print out your design or carry it with you in your iPod and you go to a place where it can print right out there for you and go, I need this. And it's black market stuff and they're going to print out weapons for you.
I'm pretty sure if there was any 3D printers available, somebody would be on your ass about it. Like you'd have to legally have it and only be able to print certain things.
No, because they know it's limited right now.
You would have to spend a lot of money to get your hands on one of those motherfuckers. You'd have to spend so much money to buy one. You'd have to be a millionaire. Those things are so expensive. That's what they were saying on the news. If you could afford one of the 3D printers.
If you can buy one for your own home. You can buy one for small projects.
I have a hard time believing that.
Small jewelry. MakerBot?
Okay, small jewelry, but not for a gun.
All right, let's look up MakerBot because you know what? You can buy a MakerBot for your own home. You know what I mean? All right, let's look this shit up.
I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to just make a gun.
MakerBot Industries, desktop 3D printer replicator 2. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
That thing is so small.
All right.
They printed out.
Okay, here's a child that printed out his own prosthetic hand. MakerBot replica.
That's crazy.
Replicator. So MakerBot, I want to say MakerBot Studios. I'm sure they were called that at one time. Okay, $21.99. That's pretty affordable.
Wow, that is cheap.
$2,199
Where's
for
the
a
one that makes the
replicator
guns?
too. I'm sure you can make like a toy gun on this one. You have to design a 3D CAD like replicator first, and it translates into a 3D printed script for that to read.
That is
and it'll
cheap.
print it out. It's no different than CNC, but it's actually just printing out something instead of destroying it and shaping it.
I know, but I'm saying like I don't think it's as easy as you think to make a workable gun, like a metal one. Anyway,
They have material for that.
That's crazy.
I'm sure people are hacking these
I'm sure there are hacking
machines and okay, I want metal to infuse together to do this. They have done that. That technology is there. We know that.
Okay, so take our guns away, government. We'll just make our own in
I
our basement.
think you're just going overboard with the tabloid stuff.
No, I don't think so.
I do.
Shit's gonna go down, Jason. You're gonna be like, Tiffany, you're right. You're
Yeah,
crazy.
the robots are gonna take over the world. Never.
You don't know that though.
What happens if there was a crash? Like everything's in the cloud, everything is online, everything is like. What if there's an electrical grid crash and their stuff is gone forever? History is gone. They'll never have a historical, because we're not writing anything down. We're not, hammering things into stone anymore. It's all in the cloud. Well, what happens when that is gone?
Well, I'd say go to the library.
No one's gonna replicate the systems that we have to read that stuff and
right.
make a recorder work and make Wi-Fi work and all this other stuff. It's gone. Our brief moment in history will be gone.
Well, that's what I always said. Like, we get to a certain point in our history, and we wipe ourselves out and we blow ourselves back into the Stone Age. And then we have to rebuild again from scratch. And it's like we just keep doing it over and over and over again. I wonder how many times, like, what if Atlantis was as civilized as they say, it was as high-tech or even more high-tech than we are now and blew themselves up or sunk? Same thing happened. Their grid went down. Think about it. Then they went back to the fucking Stone Ages.
That's where we'd be at.
Right. And
Except
I'm sure it's already happened.
I'm sure we'll be a little bit more intelligent about it.
I doubt it. We're still humans.
Well,
what's going to happen is
if everybody was wiped out, there was not a single soul left. No humans left on this earth.
Thank God.
This whole evolutionary thing would have to start over again.
If we came from apes.
I don't know about that. That's not making too much. We are ape-like ancestrally, but I don't think we're ape. This is my belief. I don't think we come from apes. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
That's just what I said. I said, you said we'd have to start over again if there was 0 humans on the earth.
Yeah, but you said, if we come from apes.
If we come from apes, we could rebuild. Eventually, our evolution would bring us back sometime to the humans that we are. If we came from apes. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do get what you're saying, but it won't happen like that. I'm sorry to say, if we get eradicated from this earth, that's it. Human history's done.
You just totally contradicted yourself.
No, I didn't. I said human history's done. We're not going to evolve back into apes. It's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. If we
That's what I said to you.
That means it stops. We're wiped out forever.
That's what I just said.
So
that's what I'm alluding to. That's what I am trying to tell you.
But then again,
but you're saying like, whoa, if we came from apes, so we can start this all over again. I'm like, no, I don't think so. But that's your opinion, and that's my opinion, and that's okay.
If the next creature on this earth was as intelligent as we are, it would probably be the dolphins, and they would probably migrate to the lands like they had hundreds of millions of years ago, and they turned into dog-like creatures looking for food because it was too dangerous in the water with all those big creatures that were attacking them. They were smart enough to grow legs, get out of the water for a couple million years, and then go back into the water. There was some weird evolutionary thing with the dolphins, supposedly. If we got wiped out, I think dolphins would be the next smart, intelligent land animals. I think they would be the ones that would turn into evolutionary human-like creatures.
Could be. They have
building cities.
They have an intelligence to them
and it wouldn't be underwater because they're mammals.
Right. I don't know. That's a difficult question. Everyone has strong beliefs about that. Like, we came from aliens, or we come from a human hybrid mix. We come from apes. We come from. I don't think anybody knows what the fuck's going on.
I think there was a comet that blew by us, or some sort of biological dust that fell to the earth, like in Sri Lanka when the rivers turned red. There was a microorganism that didn't have any DNA, but it still multiplied, and it was a living organism, but it didn't have any DNA. But it was red. It was in the water. It turned all the water red. And right before the Black Plague hit, a long time ago, they said the comet went by, and a few other things had happened. And then one of the signs was before the plague hit and everybody died in the Black Death, whatever. The rivers turned red, and the lakes and the water turned red. And then when the scientist from Sri Lanka just recently did a study on that, he figured out it was connected to the meteorite. It was some strange particles from the meteor turning all the...
Bacteria, maybe.
It is a microorganism, but it didn't have any DNA. Doesn't bacteria have DNA? I think it does.
Yeah, but...
But anyways, that's what made the rivers turn red, and it was some strange sign of a comet. So maybe that little red shit changed some animals into, like, humans. Who knows? Like, maybe the apes drank it, and boom. They got smart.
I mean, we just extincted We just learned that the black rhino was extinct. No, is that right?
They're all gone out of the wild, from what I understand. There might be a few in the zoos, but they're not going to be enough. They're dead. They're going to be gone.
Yeah. Thanks, humans. Stupid humans.
Well, The only thing I don't understand is why the hell they can't wait until those animals die and then take their horns or their ivory. There's no point in taking it now. Like, let them live their fucking lives out. They're gonna die eventually. And then you go and freaking hunt them down and collect it from their dead bodies. This is just ridiculous. Those poachers should be put to death. The only thing that those drones have done that were worth anything was hunting these poachers down in Africa, where they were poaching them. That's why Obama got so much shit.
That's the proper use of drones, is hunting these motherfuckers down and killing them.
For doing what they were doing to those animals. They're trying to protect them.
Yeah, I would.
But yeah, that's what they were doing. So,
yeah,
it's really sad.
It is sad. I mean, well, on the flip side, they've discovered a new species of cat in the Amazon.
Who the fuck knows it was in the Amazon? Holy crap!
You don't know. This deep, dark shit no one goes into. You know why? Because you go in 3 feet, you're gone. You're lost. You go 3 feet in. Someone said that to me. You go 3 feet in, and you don't know what the fuck is next to you. There could be a boa constrictor, a wild boar. Oh! There could be spiders as big as your hand.
Think about it.
It's like you got snakes. It's like you hear shit there that drives you nuts because every sound in there is like every bird, wild animal, and insect is trying to mate. You know, that's their last ditch effort to mate, and that's what they're doing. You know, he says the sounds are horrific because it's so loud. It's like that white static, but it drives you fucking nuts because that's all you hear. The bugs, if you get bit, he goes, you don't know what the fuck is biting you. You could break out in hives. You can get sick. You don't know. He goes, you're 3 feet in. You better be wrapped up and protected.
That's what I was going to say. I'd only go in a magic bubble. That's the only way you can survive it.
Yeah. So this guy, he was telling me, I'm not going to disclose his name or anything like that, but he was telling me that he did this for a company. And he would go in and do research on their botanical flowers and florals and whatever it might be.
Ferns, looking for cancer.
Looking for
the cancer virus vaccine.
Whatever. Beauty products, maybe. Who knows? Stuff. And they were getting the most wild stuff to research. He goes, there's shit in there that nobody knows what it is.
Really?
Even the natives, they had to get escorted by natives there.
And I'm sure the natives weren't willing.
They didn't like them there in the first place.
Right.
So they're just like, yeah. They said, don't do this. Just don't do that. If you there's mosquitoes everywhere. You're going to get ate up you'll die from mosquito bites.
That's crazy.
It'll drive you nuts. You get bit so much that you're going nuts. If you dive in the river to get them off you, you risk being eaten by an alligator. A boa constrictor will get you. Or
piranha.
Yeah, piranha. Yeah, he said even that. Even bugs or whatever is in there. He goes, it's a big risk going in there. Leeches will get you.
Jesus.
It's filled. It is literally filled with like a soup of
everything.
Creatures. Yeah,
wow.
Waiting for their next meal. It's like, holy shit.
Damn.
It's crazy. He goes,
so
the heat, the sweltering botanical heat will fuck you up. You got to have water. You just have to have survival. Otherwise, you will go nuts there.
So there was at one time some native tribes thousands of years ago that built cities back there in the middle of the jungle. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine
But they knew how to survive.
Well, they must have been scared of something else. If that jungle didn't scare them, something beyond that jungle and outside that jungle scared them worse. Why would you do that? There's other places they could have put a nice city. What were they protecting unless they were building something to protect, all that gold they were talking about? Remember Indiana
I don't know.
Jones was always after some gold in the jungle?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Didn't you ever see the very beginning of Indiana Jones?
Yeah, but I don't know about the story. Your story there. Who knows what they're protecting? It doesn't.
Gold. Everybody wants gold.
Okay, everyone. It's the gold they're protecting. And just Tiffany's, the Squeeb expedition is going to be underway. Please sign up at the bottom of the screen, and Tiffany will take you through an expedition. The cost is a carton of smokes.
And a piece of gold.
Yes.
It's true, Jason. That's what those people...
Whatever.
Everybody wanted gold.
Yeah. That's fine.
The city of gold.
So,
what's up with the new cat? Where's this little cat? I want to see a picture of it.
new cat discovered. Madagascar cat. Let's see what it's called for real. Hold on. A new cat species discovered here. Feline in Brazil. You know, Brazil's a wild, exotic place too, especially the women.
That's a dog, you moron.
That's a cat.
It looks just like a house cat, but it's got like
Bigger.
Leopard printed marks. It's pretty.
New house cat feline species discovered.
In the jungle, there's a house cat. That thing would have gotten eaten alive. Wow.
So if you're into cats,
it's a beautiful
this
cat.
ought to be the YouTube cat video now. The new cat craze would be the new discovered cat.
It was northeast of Brazil.
Instead of the grumpy cat.
The grumpy cat's retarded. It says it's got Down syndrome.
That's crazy. Exploiting a cat like that.
That cat has its own book. Just so you guys know, Grumpy Cat has his own book. I saw it at the bookstore the other day. Amazing.
Yeah, screw exploiting your kids. How about
exploiting the cat?
Exploiting your pets.
Well,
which is a good idea. Because they don't know what's going on. Look at that.
We're surfing the web and we're looking at cats
leopard
eating alligators.
Like
I went to
Fight
Florida.
Club for cats here.
If you ever go down to Alligator Alley in Florida, which I went on my way to Disney World, I went every year for Disney World, so we took some side trips. I went to NASA, and it's kind of far down south. Well, we get there, and I'm shocked because I'm from Michigan. We don't have creatures ever. You don't see a snake ever. And if you do see one, it's a gardener snake, and it's very small.
Yeah.
Well, we go down to NASA, and we're in the parking lot. Well, first on the way down there, I was shocked just to see how many alligators were sleeping on the side of the road because it's so hot. They warm themselves up during the day on the concrete on the sides of the road. So they'll come out there and warm up, and then, they don't really move too much. They don't really bother you, but can you just imagine if you got a flat tire or if you got into a car accident and your car ran off the road and you would get eaten by these alligators? I mean, they're everywhere, right? So we get out of we get to NASA, we park in the parking lot where we're supposed to park, and then we walk up to the main building to take our tours and stuff. And there was alligators in the parking lot. I mean, they're all over the place. So, you have to be careful just walking by another vehicle because those fucking alligators will come out and snatch you. And it must have just been like one weird year because they were everywhere, and they actually have people in the parking lot, like security people, brushing these alligators back into like the ditches. So it was kind of crazy. I don't know if I could take Florida. I don't think I could live down south like that. That is just fucked up to me. I mean, we have some like maybe a wolf here and there. Coyotes.
Florida would be a swamp in the next 20 years.
Yeah, Florida's
the
not
lower
a place I ever
parts.
want to live.
And, everyone's getting out of there. A lot of your favorite vacation spots are being deserted as well. No one's going to those cities. You're looking at Daytona and certain parts of Miami. There's certain popular destinations, Fort Lauderdale. All those things are being, because of the economy, no one's going there. So all the businesses are shutting down.
Oh, that sucks.
And that's the end of that.
I've been to Daytona a long time ago, and it was a zoo. But if it wasn't, spring break, there, the place was pretty much dead. In the summertime, people take their 3-month vacations to get out of the heat. The residents that live there year round, but they end up leaving for a while. But yeah, I hear everything shuts down in the summer. Same thing at Padre Island. That place is absolutely beautiful, but nobody lives there year round.
Heck no.
It's like the island shuts down. Come June,
Crazy.
July, and August, people leave. End of August, people come back, open up their businesses, and wait for all the people to take their vacations, and that's how they make their money. But have you ever been on a bar that's a dock? Like, literally, it's a boat. Like, you walk on this dock, and they, like, release the dock, and you're really just a floating bar. It's crazy. And they'll let you off. Like, every hour, they'll come back and let people on and off. But it was weird. Like, you get too drunk and you fall off that, you're fucked. And they don't have, like, security people around. They had, like, one guy. But that was an interesting experience. Tropical islands are awesome, though. I really liked Padre Island. It was a hoot. So
what'd you do in Padre Island? What's the highlight?
we went to Mexico. Did I ever tell you that story? It's
50
you
did,
cents.
but I want to hear it again.
50 cents to get into Mexico and then $1 to get home. So you always had to make sure you had $1 on you because you didn't want to get stuck in Mexico over $1, you know? So, yeah. But I was underage. I think I was 19 at the time, 19 or 20. So we went to Mexico to go drinking because that's where you can drink there if you're 5. But the guys at the gate, the American soldiers that were manning the gate, they're like, he was warning us because it was me and my girlfriend. And we went with a group of people from our hotel, which was smart, you know. We went with like 10 or 15 people. We all took a bus into Mexico one evening, and we all went to the bars. But he warned us. He's like, don't, try not to lose your friends. Stay with the big guys, because we were with a couple big football players. Mm-hmm. And we ended up staying with them and the whole time, and we would just go into a couple bars, and we could still see the border. Like, we didn't go more than a block in. And he's like, don't go past this street, or
don't go past street.
Like, literally, he's like, you may never be seen again. And
you may never be seen again.
To me, back then, it was like 1992 or 93. I'm thinking, what? I've never heard anybody say anything like that to me ever in my entire life. Like, you may disappear. I'm like thinking, he's joking.
Go to Jamaica, they'll kill you.
See,
they'll hold you for ransom. If they don't get their money, they kill you.
Yeah, the John McAfee guy that started McAfee, remember? He almost got killed. He had to pay $2 million tribute to the leaders of the Bolivian, I think it was, some Bolivian. I'm not sure if that's right, but that's where he supposedly was, somewhere down south, or South America. Remember that big thing? And then they accused him of murdering his neighbor, so they were going to hold him on more money, and this guy's a millionaire, billionaire. Yeah. He's like, fuck that. I'm not giving you any money. And then now he did an interview. He's like, I should have just given him the $2 million. He like, I lost my house and everything in it, which was worth more than $2 million. He had to get the fuck out of the country. He had to sneak him back into America. Mm-hmm. So they're holding him on false charges of murdering his neighbor, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, a guy like that would have to kill his neighbor. Really? He's a billionaire. He had no reason to. But yeah. Mexico is interesting. I didn't get kidnapped, but I could buy a case of Coronas for like $4. A case for $4. Mm-hmm. It was very cheap. But I couldn't bring it over the border because I was underage. Mm-hmm. But it was interesting. It was spring break. That's where I got my horrible tattoo of the dolphin that I have to get fixed. And I got my tattoo in a bus. There was this old bus that some guy took the bus and he made it his front entryway to his business. His name was Harpoon Barry. I have pictures of it. And he was a one-legged midget. And he was a hippie. And he was really old.
Anybody that had the same tattoo artist as Tiffany, please leave a message below.
Yeah, my friend Amy Webb did. She went with me.
Amy Webb. And I'm talking about our listeners. I don't think Amy's listening to
She's
this.
a surgeon or something right now. She's like a doctor, so you can't blame it on stupidity, okay? And it was her fucking idea.
Sure
I was like, my dad's going to kill me, but let's take pictures anyway. So Harpoon Barry, he's dead now. But he was a little midget, and he seriously would walk with a wooden leg. He had a little pegged leg. I have pictures of it, Jason. I'll show it to you sometime. Mm-hmm. And he had a little baby shoe on his fake foot. It was so cute. But yeah, he was all tattooed up. He looked like a fucking troll.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Carnival tattoo artist.
He did. He had carnival. And you know what? My tattoo was the worst tattoo I've ever seen in my life. And I think he just did it on purpose. Like, you damn American girls on spring break. So I wasn't very happy with him. Amy's probably didn't. Hers didn't turn out very good either. We should have known better. So that was my story.
Nice
Mexico.
Story.
I mean, there was other parts of the story that were awesome. But
see, we went to what vacations? Let's say vacation. Let's see. Where did I go on vacation? Let's say Florida and California. California's probably the best.
You been to California?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, 2000. Geez.
2000, and you never really went? Liar.
2002, 2003, I think. I went with a friend. We just said, hey, let's go to California. I got some friends out there. Let's go have a good time. So we went for 10 days and had a blast. So we got there and immediately got picked up. I can't remember after that because just went partying. Just immediate, like, clubs, parties, whatever. I was like, what the hell?
Is that what you do in California?
Yeah, for the first 2 days we did that. Then we went to the beach. We drove up to Ensenada, or no, that's down south. We drove up to La Jolla and just saw all the coast, all that stuff.
Was it pretty?
Unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. Then you go down and see the sea lions in their little groups.
Mm-hmm.
They huddle up and, they sunbathe or whatever.
And there's no poachers killing them?
No, you can't get close to them because they'll bite you.
I know what a sea lion is. They're mean motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they're big, too.
They'll get you.
They're the big ones.
Yeah.
Not the walruses with the big teeth, but...
Yeah, they got...
Sea lions are pretty big. I mean, they're cute as pups, but...
Yeah. But it was cool to see those, just to see, what their habitat's like.
Do they have any penguins? Like warm weather penguins?
No, they don't have any of that.
For sure.
But they have a naval base. We went sailing into the coast of Coronado and all that stuff, and it was cool. It was really nice. I don't know. It's like a paradise. It's like, fuck. Now I know why there's so many people that live here.
Yeah, but it's
nice.
expensive.
There's something to do, and if you're getting into the acting business or whatever kind of entertainment business you're into, that's the place to go. Any kind of creative stuff.
Now, did you feel any earthquakes, or were you scared about the earthquakes at all?
No, I didn't feel any of that. Sharks, yes. We were a little nervous of the sharks because they are up and down the coast. We had to watch. We were surfing because you can't surf where the locals surf because they'll kick your ass.
The locals?
They'll start fights with you.
Why?
Because they don't want you surfing where they surf.
Oh, because you're not a local.
They know if you're just somebody screwing around, but they don't.
So if you don't know what you're doing, stay away from.
They'll either say something to you.
Like if you're not a professional, we're not going to come out and get you when you're drunk.
They'll yell at you like, "Get the fuck out of here! You're in my surf. Get the fuck out!"
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
So
because they want to wait for that wave. They've been waiting for it their whole life, just like in Point Break. Remember that?
Yeah.
And
the surf there is it's pretty serious. I mean, yeah, it's good surfing.
So can you hang out on the beach? You just can't surf with
them. You can hang out. There's a lot of pretty ladies hanging out, so you can socialize or whatever you want to do. It's fine. We saw a lot of tweakers. There's a lot of like drug people. I mean, they're just doing it out in the open, like nothing, nobody's business. It's like, what the fuck? There's just mad like people tweaking out on meth, and you can tell they're just.
Were you afraid for your life?
No, you're just looking at these people like, what? They don't have anything better to do? Seriously?
Well, obviously they can't go surfing because they got kicked out, so they just have to tweak on the beach. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. But I look at people like that. It's like, seriously, find something better to do. I mean, it's like, whatever. I don't know. Everyone's got their own thing, I guess. But yeah, we saw just, from the down and out to the Beverly Hills 90210 people, we saw that lifestyle too, So it was pretty cool.
Well, that's awesome. Maybe we should go sometime. Take a
Then my buddy, we went down.
Tour.
Well, then we went down to Mexico. So let's go to Tijuana and party.
Yeah, you told me that's the
story. So he's like, dude, what? And how much time we got left on this? I got 1 hour and 7. Okay.
You said this story last time we talked. You went down there with your buddies and they were quiet in the back seat because you got stopped by the Federales.
No, not that. It's a different story.
Oh.
We went to go clubbing down there. They have awesome nightclubs. I don't know if they have it now.
In Mexico?
Tijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to a nightclub there, and it's like perfect. It's really weird because it's actually designed to suck the Americans in to spend their money there.
Kind of like Cuba / Miami.
But the clubs are really, awesome. Really nice. But you go outside, and it's like streets are dirty. It's filthy. But so we're just kind of bouncing around club to club, and these guys, my buddies are looking for drugs and whatever, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And they're just fiending for like whatever. So they get in trouble because they asked the wrong person for something, and it's like, dude, seriously, now we're fucked because we got this bozo looking at us, and he just called his cop friend over there. You just pissed over there in the alley, and they're looking for you.
Yeah, because that's disrespecting their city.
Yeah, exactly. So they arrest him and his buddy, and I'm like, I backed off. I'm just like, I ain't going that. So our Mexican friends that are with us, they're like, back off because this something's going to go down. They knew it. And I backed off, saw Eric and my friend get arrested, and it was like, all right. 6-7 hours later, they let them go, but they had to like give them all their money from. Go to the bank and give us some money. So they demand money from you to get out of jail.
Yeah, I heard
crazy.
this story.
You need $250. We need $250 to get you out of jail.
But he wasn't
from
really
both of
even
you.
in jail. You're not
So
in
I
jail,
was like-
but we're going to post bail on you two, kid.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, you just spent all your money. And I'm like,
So how much did you have to, you spent how much money to get him out?
I don't think any. I think he just went to the bank and I don't think I gave him any money. I think maybe I gave $50 after we got out, went to the bar the next day somewhere else to talk about this. And it was fun. No one got mad at each other. It was just so fun.
Actually, when I was in those little bars in Mexico, it was a dive bar, but I tell you what, they play the best music. The best music. They know what makes Americans want to dance. For some reason they do, and it's loud. But they do some weird shit there. Mm-hmm. The first time I went into a Mexican bar, I went to the bathroom with my girlfriend, and it was not super clean, but it wasn't super dirty. I was expecting like worse, but you cannot put toilet paper in the toilets and flush it. You have to put it in a bucket next to the toilet. And that's where everybody, I just thought that was crazy, but apparently obviously their sewers are really bad. So you have to pay for toilet paper. So you have to pay $1 to go to the bathroom, which was fine with me, but you're really paying just to get the toilet paper if you're a girl. So they kind of get you there. But there's a lady that gives you a little bit of toilet paper. So it was fucked up.
Speaking of toilets, I'm going to go to the bathroom because you just made me want to go to the bathroom. So keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to tell my story. So the other day I was doing nothing and I was sitting on the couch and I went through my emails on my phone and I saw this email from Amazon and it said, "Thank you, Tiffany, for purchasing your subwoofers." I'm thinking, subwoofers? I didn't buy no fucking subwoofers. And then I opened up the email and it says I owe him $1,200 and some for subwoofers. I'm thinking, no way. This has got to be some like advertising joke. And I freaked out a little bit. And then I jumped up after I thought about it for a second. And I checked my Amazon account. And yeah, I apparently accidentally purchased $1,200 worth of subwoofers, which I don't even know what the fuck to do with them. Honestly, I would never buy subwoofers. I don't listen to music. I don't have surround sound. I very rarely watch TV. I live in an apartment complex, so it's not like you can blow the speakers out up here because you get noise violation, get a $600 ticket. So there's no fucking way I'd buy subwoofers for $1,200. There's better things I could be paying $1,200 for. So I call Amazon, and of course the lady on the phone doesn't speak English. So I'm like, gosh, I hope she understands just enough to cancel this fucking order before it goes through my checking account. Anyways, after a few minutes of talking to her, she was nice enough to cancel everything, and she was telling me that my money wasn't taken out of my account because luckily it was declined. They couldn't take it out. So, whew. I was very, very happy. But apparently on Amazon, if you have a Kindle Fire like I do, you have to be careful because every once in a while, if you hit your homepage, your Amazon shopping board will come up, and it's like the last few things you looked at are things they suggest for you. And there's a little feature on Amazon called the one-click button, which one-click shopping means that if you just click OK to something, it automatically bills it to your account and sends it to you, which I had no idea that was even possible. But apparently when I was watching a movie and I was finished watching the movie, I just closed my tablet, the cover on my tablet, and put my tablet away, and it bumped the stupid Amazon app. And I'm so thankful that there wasn't $1,200 in my checking account, or else I would have taken it. And then even if I would have canceled the order, if it was already shipped, I wouldn't have got my money back for like 2 weeks. Holy crap. So be careful if you have Amazon out there. The one-click feature can be turned off by Amazon, but I didn't even know I had it on there. So I'm wondering what else I ordered. Jeez. Luckily, it went to my apartment. That's the first thing I asked when I called the lady. I'm like, I didn't order this. I think either somebody broke into my account and started buying shit, or I bumped it. And she said, well, it was being shipped to your apartment. So I'm like, well, who'd be dumb enough to start billing stuff to my account and send it to me? So that was my rant on Amazon. So if you have the one-click button, call them and have them take it off. Or you might be owner of $1,200 worth of speakers that you don't need. So what do you think, Jason? Did you ever do that?
It's pretty good with security and stuff. So
Amazon was very helpful, actually. She's like, you canceled your order, and, if it wasn't canceled, she was very understanding. But since it was declined off my checking account, thank God, Like if I would have bought something for like $800 or $900, almost $1,000, it would have went through, and I've been totally screwed. So, all right, Jason, do you have anything to add? Or are we wrapping this up? Because we're wrapping it up.
Thanks for joining us on Mobile Riot Media Experience with Tiffany, and my name is Jason J. Who are you again?
I'm the Squeeb. Check me out on the Squeeb on Facebook, YouTube. You like the YouTube videos and subscribe. It's so much fun. I have to do another video pretty soon, but we're going to update that in the next couple days.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.